The Killing Joke is one of the most iconic Batman comics of all time. I don't think you'll get an argument on that one. However, one of the plot points that it always comes under fire for is its handling of Barbara Gordon, which I myself thought was unnecessary, but according to people like this commenter, was completely necessary to the story the exact way it happened, which just isn't true. The Killing Joke has three main characters: Batman, the Joker, and Jim Gordon, with the main plot revolving around Joker trying to drive Jim Gordon insane and Batman trying to find and stop him before it's too late. Now notice how the main summary of the story does not need to include Batgirl, which is the main problem with her handling. She's not a real character in a story that affects her character the most. Batman stops the Joker, his status quo is the same. Joker goes back to Arkham, his status quo is the same. Jim Gordon doesn't go insane, his status quo is the same. But Barbara Gordon is fundamentally changed as a character due to this story. So her not being an active participant in the story is ludicrous. This is something that the Killing Joke animated movie tries to correct in the most ass way possible. Because instead of giving Batgirl agency in the actual plot, they added in a side story that has nothing to do with the Killing Joke plotline that sees her get harassed by a character that she should have no problem knocking out in no less than 3 moves, and starting a very uncomfortable relationship with Batman. Thank you, Bruce Timm. The problem with her crippling is that, narratively speaking, she matters as much to the plot as Alderaan does in the Star Wars movie. Yeah, it's seen as tragic, but the characters on that planet aren't real characters in the story. So what happens to them is just used as a vehicle to drive Luke, Leia, and Han towards a victory. Same thing with the Killing Joke. She's not a character in a story that impacts her character the most. The easiest fix of this would have been to just make it a Barbara Gordon story. Have her be the central character, have the events of the Killing Joke be the middle of her arc, and then just add in the bit where she becomes Oracle at the end. Hell, if you wanted to, you can even include her more in the Killing Joke plotline itself. If she's the person who pinpoints Gordon's position, if she's the person that pinpoints what the Joker's actual plotline is for the movie, if she's the person that becomes the linchpin for Joker being stopped by Batman in the story, then most of the problems go away. Hell, Return of the Joker, a PG movie, handled this plotline better. Having Tim Drake be a central character in a plot where the Joker's schemes affected him the most is exactly what they should have done with Barbara. But as always, this is my opinion, and as always, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of Barbara Gordon's handling in The Killing Joke? And also, who's your favorite Batman villain? Whatever it be, leave it in the comments, let me know.